Time once again to get some pet tips from Dr. Jenna Hunter at Main Street Veterinary Clinic in Lumberton, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm one of these ones. He sits there and begs at the table, and I reach down and give him some of those scraps.
You're not the only one.
Good or bad?
You have to kind of look a little bit of both. When done within reason, in the right types of foods, then it's okay to give into those little sad brown eyes every once in a while. The problem starts to come when we're feeding them the wrong things, or when the majority of their diet winds up being what we're eating. That's when we see obesity, we see chronic illnesses, and potentially can see even blockages from bones and things like that.
All right, let's go with the good and the bad.
The good and the bad. Most of the time you're okay with fruits and vegetables, but there are certain things like grapes and raisins you want to stay away from because there are some side effects from those if done in too much. When you're dealing with your meat products, because that's what we all tend to do, is grab that little fatty piece of steak, you name it. It's not really good for us to eat all the fat, and it's not really good for them to do it either. They love it, don't get me wrong. Most of them you can get away with it, but you keep doing it, you might press your luck. Bones are another thing, and truly any pork products, they tend to cause more upset stomachs in dogs than any other products that are out there.
Okay, so that is something that we need to look for. What, like our meat, probably we put gravy and everything else on it?
Absolutely. We salt it, we season it, we spice it up, we have gravy. I mean, you name it. You know how it makes us feel the next day. Imagine what it does to our dog who's not used to that.
Yeah, but you know, I'd give him a little bit, and then it seems like he begs all the time, and that's what the wife says. You keep doing that, he's just going to beg more. Absolutely,
and you can always walk into a house and tell which dogs are fed from the table because they look right at you as you're eating, and you're like, so I'm the worst one to ever have over. When your dogs are used to being fed from the table.
Well, let's talk about the bags of food now, and what do we look for, and how do we know? And you said that cost does play a factor, because normally the more expensive bags are
right, exactly. Quality. You do. You get what you pay for. And you're going to hear a lot of things, just like you and I hear about ourselves every day, about eat this, don't eat that, what's good and bad. When you look at a food, you get what you pay for. Tends to be the more you pay for a bag of food, you're going to get the best part of that chicken or that beef or whatever, and less filler per se. And what you'll find out, a lot of people say, Doc, but my dog doesn't like that food. Well, they actually eat a lot less because they do not require near the amount they would of, say, a cheaper food that's full of colors and makes them happy and everything else. But you tend to see that you clean up the backyard and you see how much goes right through them.
Yeah, so quality food, and what is that, the protein in it that will...
Yeah, protein tends to, of course, stick and absorb, but yes, you do need those carbs and starches a little bit too for calorie.
Okay, so occasional scraps if they're quality, you know, just...
you buyer beware, so to speak. User beware, you might be calling me up the next day if your dog's not used to it.
Okay. The one that surprised me is fruits and vegetables. I mean, the girl that sits behind me at work says, I give my dog bananas, and he eats them.
Right, and most of those...
touch a banana.
Right, and some don't because they've never had them, or the texture, or but others absolutely love them. You know, apples, carrots, and green beans are really excellent low-calorie to no-calorie treats for your dogs instead of grabbing that, you know, that biscuit or whatnot.
All right, good advice from Dr. Jenna Hunter. Now we'll go to her sponsored segment, our Pet of the Week, and we'll find out to get who adopted. There hasn't been a lot of movement at the Animal Control Center in Lumberton. There's 6 kennels and 6 dogs. There's also 3 friendly cats. If you'd like to adopt, please call 755-2650 and ask for Animal Control.